WatchOS 7 out yesterday. Lots of new faces for the Apple Watch, but I thought I'd give you a quick look at the new Hermès face Circulaire. This is what you've been seeing in a lot of the marketing images. Quick look at what we're used to from the Hermès face, the Noir face, which is exclusive to the Noir watch, that steel black stainless steel, and the brand new Hermès Circulaire, which is the first Hermès watch where we can actually do some meaningful things with complications. Let's have a look.
My name is Chris Bintliff, and these are transmissions from Not Really Rocket Science, where we study the technology, techniques, learning, and lifestyle of the modern marketing engine.
First up, we've got our normal Hermès faces. These are faces we've seen before. Lots of changes we can make that are sometimes subtle, like here we just changed only the hands, but this changes the numbers. There the whole face changes to white. And there again we go to just the numbers. And this is what we're used to seeing with the Hermès watches. Here is what it looks like right now on my watch. Something similar. And here it splits the face according to where the second hand is. Can't change these colors, just what it is. You can change the typeface, and you can change the dial to show all or some or none of the numbers. But this gradient is a sharp look. I actually have this on the watch also somewhere. There. I don't use this very often, but I think that's a good look. And then the Noir. This is these are the hands that are the faces that are exclusive to the Noir chassis. Not a lot you can do here. You can change the gradient to be all of the hands or just the primary, I guess where the second hand is, and then this one just stays in the middle like that. And you can change the complications to only stopwatch or world clock. So there's stopwatch. I usually leave it on date. I have this on the watch right now, right there. And so I sometimes use this. It's not very practical for daily use for me, but I use it occasionally. And this is the new Circulaire. This is brand new to OS 7, to WatchOS 7. And so this is the first time that we can actually do complications, more significant complications. So we can change the color. We can do a lot of different things with the colors. This is only changing the second hand. Have I been calling the minute hand the second hand? Well, whatever. And that's really subtle, whereas some of these other colors change the entire face. I think the white looks really good, especially against the black background. And then in the corners, we can do quite a bit with complications, including pulling from complications that aren't just sort of stock, like weather or stopwatch, but like I have my car, I can add that as a complication. Starbucks, you could add that as a complication. One of the things I think is interesting is if in the bottom right we add a contact. I'm going to add my wife, and I don't know if the camera will pick that up, but it actually turns her picture that's in my contact to black and white. So I really like that attention to detail, and that was a surprise. So whatever contact you add there, it's not even black and white so much as like really desaturated. Maybe it's black and white, hard to tell, but it is not the full color image. It's something else. So this I actually have up also, and I've been using this as my daily driver for the last day. And so up in the left, I have the weather complication. It's 95 degrees here today. Good Lord. There's my dog barking. Up in the top right, that is fantastical, which I use for calendars. And then, by the way, when the screen is no longer quote unquote on, it changes to dark, which I think is also pretty cool. So when it's in standby mode or whatever we call this, but then when I lift it back up, it turns white. I think that's a really cool look. And then I have bottom left, I have activity or workout, and bottom right, I have activity. You could change these to any number of things. Sound levels, podcasts, remote, lots of shortcuts. So if you're using shortcuts, you can plug in some of your specific shortcuts, which is cool. All kinds of different things. Walkie-talkie. You can do different sort of what you're interested in with the weather. So if you were just interested in UV index, if we add that to the upper right, you can see now it's at 6.4. Maybe in the bottom right, we would change that to heart rate. And there it would read your heart rate. So pretty cool stuff in the Circulaire, the brand new WatchOS 7 face for Hermès. So that's it. I do like the new Circulaire. It is interesting to leave the minimalism that we're used to from the Hermès Faces, where you really could only change the date, complication in that single spot. Now we can fill the corners. So that adds a little bit away from the minimalism of the Hermès Faces, but I think it makes it a lot more useful. Certainly for me, I'm a lot more interested in having that on all the time, where normally I have a modular on, and I just switch the Hermès Faces occasionally because I do more with my watch than just tell the time. But the new Circulaire is pretty interesting, and I'm excited to see how it looks on the new watches. What do you think? I'll see you next time.
Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe and comment on transmissions from Not Really Rocket Science. Learn more at notreallyrocketscience.com.